Hello. Come in. I made it back from Texas, but I probably will not ever fly again. So come on in. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kathy. And let's talk about my Texas trip and just a few other things. And let's do some makeup. I'm going to try to get out of here today. I have a list of errands. It does not mean, even if I leave, that I will get them all done, but I need to make a dent in them. I've got a few things to return, and I need some steaks. It's one of the things. We get the best steaks across town, so we rarely get them, but I've just been craving one. So we're going to try to make it there. So we made it home from Texas on Saturday. Today is Thursday, and I've just been recuperating. I still cannot hear out of this ear. This one's a little stopped up. This one's a lot stopped up with a pulse going in it. I had the most terrifying flight experience. I mean, it was terrifying to me. I'm sure nobody else on the plane was terrified. But I had so much dizziness. We had a good bit of turbulence and had a lot of dizziness and a lot of pain in my ear. And it took me, we went to Texas on a Tuesday, came back on a Saturday, and it took the whole week for my ears to unstop. Then I get back on the plane to come home, and it starts all over again. It was not near as bad. I was just slightly dizzy, and no pain, just stopped up ears and popping. But both flights were, if you're just joining us, we went to Texas to see a new grandson. And both flights had a layover, going and coming. And so when I got off the first flight, I was just crying and saying, how in the world will I get back on another flight in an hour? And it was just through a lot of prayer. I mean, I was just terrified. And I seriously don't know if I can ever fly again. I haven't flown that many times in my life, but I've never had that kind of experience before. So, anyway, on the way back though, what are the chances? I'm sitting by a woman who is about my age and lives in my community. I'm coming from, let's see, we went from San Antonio to Dallas. This was from Dallas to Birmingham. And of course my nose is itching. Lives in my community, about my age, and goes to my church. Now my church is huge, so just because somebody goes to my church doesn't mean that I would know them. But we got to know each other really well on the plane and exchanged phone numbers. And I was just so excited. And even if we don't, connect here very much, when we got on the plane in Dallas to come home, there were storms. And hope that wasn't too much. And so we just sat on the plane idling for about an hour. So we talked the whole time, and I was very nervous about the flight because of my dizziness going. And so it just was a great distraction. She was a wonderful distraction. And anyway, we made it home, and I knew I would have a price to pay for going out of town for a week, as far as my dysautonomia goes. And I did. But this is Thursday and I'm feeling better today. I still cannot hear. And the pulse that was in my ear is not constant anymore. It's sort of coming and going. So I think that's improving. But I'm going to the chiropractor tomorrow and see if she can help me. And hopefully that'll keep me from ending up at the ENT. So I had a thought process going. I might have lost it. Anyway, I had some really sweet baby cuddles. Oh my goodness. And I miss him so much now. That's hard to be. By car, it's a 14-hour drive without stopping. And that's just too much for me. But they have other family here in Alabama. So hopefully it won't be too long before they'll be here and I'll get to see them. The plan was to go after Thanksgiving, after he was about 6 weeks old, and they had had time to, recover and settle in. But he ended up back in the hospital 2 times, I think, with jaundice. But he is finally over that, and he's doing really good. So we went early because we just wanted to be able to help out, to cook some meals and do some laundry and just whatever we could do to help them. Anyway, I got another manicure while I was there. Look, it matches some kind of pink on my shirt. But this is my second one. Haven't had them in years. I do love it. I don't think I'm going to continue. I think this will be my last one because $40 every 2 weeks is, I just don't want to do that. I think I'd rather spend that $80 a month somewhere else. So I just enjoy them for another week. I was hoping they would last longer than a week, but they did not. They started peeling up. And she told me the first time I got it, if you don't pick at them, they could last anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. I did not pick at all. I made it a priority not to pick, and it's hard because there's always little pieces around it that you just want to get off. But even not picking, they lasted 2 weeks and 1 day before 2 of them peeled up. So I'm not going to keep doing that. I might go back to doing a pedicure. I'm not sure, but that's cheaper because I used to only get a pedicure every 6 weeks, and this is every 2. Aren't they pretty though? I love them. I think this color was called Bubblegum. Anyway, they've made me feel pretty. But I'm going to do something different to make me feel pretty. Like right now, I'm going to just put some makeup on. Let me tell you what I discovered while I was there. So when I was packing, I hate to take a lot of liquids, because I'm scared they're going to leak and mess up everything in my luggage. So my facial oil is jojoba oil. I've shown you that on here. Excuse me, on here before. It's a glass bottle. It has a dropper, and it doesn't seal very well. Like if you try to tighten it, it just clicks over and opens back up. And I thought, that could just be a royal mess. So I had a little thing of tallow that I had ordered to try, and I have liked it on my hands and my legs and stuff, but I have not really cared for it on my face because it feels like it doesn't sink in. It's too heavy. It just sits on top of my skin. And so I thought, well, I'm just going to take that anyway because that's a lot less messy. And for a week, I can handle it. Well, what I discovered is that the oil, the jojoba oil, that just feels like a hard word to say, that I've been using. You know how I was telling you that it felt like a lot of makeup removers just left a film on my face that I couldn't get off? Guess what it was? It was the oil that I was using. Because the first day, I actually put makeup on in Texas one time. But when I went to take that off and I had used the tallow instead of my oil, my makeup remover just got me squeaky clean where I had been having a film left on there. And I was like, oh my goodness, that is my oil that I've been moisturizing with. So I used it all week. I used less of it so that maybe it wouldn't sit on my face. Oh, another thing. I thought this BB cream was giving me a very dewy look. It's not. It was the oil under the BB cream because the day that I put makeup on there, I put it on and I was like, gosh, my face looks almost dry. And throughout the day, it sort of dried out a little bit. So that's crazy because I've used that oil for a long time. So now I'm like, well, I like a dewy look, but I don't want to not be able to get my face clean because of that oil. So I'm sort of playing with the tallow now. How much can I put on there without it sitting on top of my skin? And how little can I put on there? Wait a minute. What am I trying to say? So I don't want it to sit on top of my skin, but I also don't want my skin to look dry. So I'm just sort of playing with how to use it. I got it from Chad and Erin Co. And I meant to bring it in here with me, but I didn't. But it has, I think it actually has some jojoba oil in it. Okay, I'm getting hot. Why did I think I could put this long sleeve shirt on and do a video? I don't know. And it has a few essential oils in it. So anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do. One reason I hate to give up the jojoba oil is because it's so inexpensive. It's $9.99 for that bottle, and it lasts me forever. I showed it to you once before. I'll try to bring it in here again next time. Okay, good enough on the brows. But y'all, what are the chances I would meet someone, a woman my age in my neighborhood that goes to my church, sitting beside me on the plane? There were 3 seats. Mark and I sat down. She came by and said, "Is this taken?" And I said, "No, have a seat." And I'm just, actually, I don't think it was by chance. I think God put her there to help me through that flight, to distract me, and to just be a new friend. I really don't think it's chancy at all. But anyway, it felt that way. What else was I going to talk about? I don't know. Let's see. What kind of eyeshadow am I going to do today? I think I did this last time I was on here, but I really love it. This is Cream Eyeshadow by Trini London, and this color is called Justice. And I like it. Okay? So we do it again. It's so odd to not hear. Like I hear almost like a roaring in my ear. But thank goodness it's not, I don't feel the pulse in it or hear the pulse. That's super annoying. It's especially annoying when you go to bed. I have never had that kind of plane experience. What in the world happened? I don't know. I do know my allergies have been worse lately than they usually are. And so I'm guessing that has something to do with it. Just that it was already irritated with allergies in my ear. I don't know. I've taken ibuprofen thinking that it was maybe, it's not hurting. Thinking that maybe it was inflammation, but the ibuprofen did not help it. So I don't know what it is. I do not feel congested. I don't know. I'm hoping, I mean, if going up in the air made it happen, that's positional, right? That's moving. So my hope is that the chiropractor can adjust me and do whatever. I did go on to YouTube and see if there was anything I could do to get relief. And one thing I found, I'll show you when I get this makeup off my finger. I'm trying to not put much of this, you know, just to keep myself from looking ghostly. So I found this doctor on YouTube that showed me some things to do, and they do help. They're just very temporary. And so one of them is to put your hands over your ears and just gently rub, and you'll hear a swishing sound in your ear, and it stops it for just a second, but not for long, but it makes it less loud. And then another thing was just to do this. It does the same thing. And another thing was to push in until you stop it up and then pull it out. And all three of those have helped. They just have not gotten rid of it. But, I mean, for it to be less loud while you're trying to go to sleep, that has been helpful. Okay, what am I doing next? I don't know. Put a little bit of this cream color up here. I don't usually do this, but you know, somebody on YouTube told me I needed to put it in the corner. But actually, I'm just going to put some of this in the middle too. Oh yeah, it just brightened me right up. Okay, now I need something under my eye. So, I'm going to put this brown right here. This is the first day I have gotten up and done anything since I got home. I have slept a lot. Then we got home Sunday evening around, I want to say 8. And we stopped at the drive-thru and got us something to eat to take home. And when I got home, I thought, gosh, I sort of feel refreshed. It might take me a while to unwind, which it usually does take me a while to unwind at night. And I sat down and ate my food, and then within about 20 minutes, I just felt myself just wilting. It takes me a while to unwind at night, but also if I'm beyond tired, sometimes I just pass out. And in about 20 minutes, I was like, I'm ready to go to bed. I think I went to bed around 9. I slept 12 hours. The next day, I took a 2-hour nap. And then I slept 10 hours the next 2 nights. That's insane. That's a lot of sleep for me. What am I doing next? I don't know. But I want more blush on. Yeah, I haven't used this in a while. This is Ilia Cream Blush, and this is the color At Last. And I like it, but it's not, I have one I like better, so it's hard for me to make myself use it, but I decided to just use it today. And when I first started using it, what's going on right here? When I first started using it, I was just getting it on my finger and tapping it on, or maybe I was dipping my brush in it. And I just couldn't get enough on. And then I just decided to start just putting it directly on my skin, and that seems to work better. Okay, let's do a little bit of concealer. I don't put concealer all the way up here. I know I probably should because, you know, it just brightens that area. But, you know, there's sort of some wrinkly skin right there. And when I put concealer on it, it sort of magnifies that wrinkly skin. So, I don't like the way it looks. Maybe nobody can tell. You know, I'm just looking close in a mirror. So, probably nobody else could tell. But I can tell. So, anyway, I'm just not putting it there. It's in the 50s here today, but the feel like is in the 40s. The last time I looked, it was like 52 and felt like 48. That was a few hours ago, but it's only going to 59. And tonight it's going down to 39. So it has turned cold around here. I mean, it'll get colder, but, you know, the first cold is just sort of shocking to your body. And it's also rained all week, so it's a cold, it's a wet cold. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And so, I mean, I'm not one typically to be freezing, but I have been freezing. Okay, let's do some mascara. Well, first let's curl them. Curl these eyelashes. Ooh. And try not to pinch myself. That works. See, I feel like I look a little dry right now. I'll get it figured out, right? I'll get the moisture thing figured out eventually. That'll do. Maybe. For the first coat anyway. I usually end up going back and doing more. Oh. Poked my finger in my eye. I don't think I have ever, maybe, I don't remember, but I don't know that I've ever prayed or read more scripture than before I got on the plane coming home. While we were sitting there waiting to board, normally I would just read my Bible at home and not pull it out wherever I am. And I didn't pull my actual Bible out, but I pulled my phone out and I just kept reading scripture just to, just praying and asking the Lord to help me to not be dizzy and not be in pain on that flight. And he definitely answered my prayer for sure. But I was just, if I stopped reading while I was sitting there, my Bible, or I stopped praying, I would just immediately get so scared. And so, anyway, okay, look, I bought these a long time ago, and I decided I didn't like them, but I want to try them again. I'm going to put a little bit on my finger. These are lip liners. On my... And so many things that have... So many lip colors that have a... Oh, yeah. Have any brown undertones at all? Okay, so this one's really brown. This one looks a little pink. I'm going to try it. I haven't tried it in a long time. Let's see what happens. I'll take it off if it don't work. Oh, I didn't finish what I was saying. So many lip products that have a brown undertone turn orangey on me. And yeah, this one is. I'm trying not to put much. I feel like my coloring is off in here today. What I'm seeing is off. I'm going to try to wear it anyway. Why does that keep rolling down in there? Stop it. Huh. It's a little dry. This pencil is. Okay, and now that went down by itself. Okay, that's not good, Ilia. No, this is not Ilia. Who's this? This is City Lips. City Lips, that is not good that it rolls down before I tell it to. Okay? Now, what am I going to put on? Let's try some of this lip oil. I don't know. I don't like that lip liner, but it'll do. I don't want to take it off because it's sort of dry. So it's not going to come off easy. I do like this lip oil. but I like my other liner better. What do you think? I think my eyes need something else. Okay, I was finished with them, but I'm going to do a little more. I didn't really do enough. I need a little depth going on up there. Let's see what we can do. I don't know if I didn't put enough of that or I don't know. I used the cream and I guess I just went too light with it. Okay, now I'm going to get this brush. It's a little more dense. And I'm going to put a little bit right here of the same color. Just gonna. It might be this white shirt I have on. I mean, it's got color in it, but it's light. The background's white, but anyway. That might be why I'm feeling a little like I need a little more color. Is that better? It's better. Okay. I think that's all. I think I have my makeup on. I'm ready to go do some errands. I'm feeling better. I'm so happy to be feeling better. I'm so happy to be home. I'm so happy to not be in an airplane. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I'm going to try to get a little more regular. I was doing once a week, and then I did twice a week for a few times, and then, you know, just being sick and then leaving and then being sick again. I just have not been very faithful to my YouTube channel, and I need it. I need it. So I'm going to do my best to be here every week. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you next week. Bye.